So every now and then, a indie developer reaches out to me and they're like, "Hey, can you test my game and maybe talk about it?" And I love that. A lot of why I got into this was to help indie games. I feel like indie games don't really get a lot of the spotlight. They don't unless you have the money for marketing and a larger studio behind you. Indie games don't typically have the money to showcase their things and their passion projects, stuff like that, and just hope that people they can hit it off on TikTok and social media, then people will notice and pick their game up. So, the developers of Creature Duel, the developer of Creature Duel, reached out to me recently and was like, "Hey, I'd love it if you tried my game." So I said, "Okay, why not?" So, Creature Duel is a 2D pixelated creature raising and dueling game for mobile. The game features a bunch of designs for different creatures and multiple different mechanics, such as the campaign, a duel tower, which I spent a lot of time in. There's the farm, and then there's an alchemy portion where you can trade extra creatures' essences to make other creatures more powerful. The creator of Creature Duel told me this was a passion project. He loved Game Boy era games. Who doesn't love old school games? I feel like there's a resurgence in the indie community. There's a resurgence of older looking games and games that play like old school games. For me, I thought Creature Duel was great. I love creature catching and raising. I was one of those big Tomagatchi fans. And this is actually what it reminded me of. It didn't even, I know the aesthetic was going for Game Boy, but this literally reminded me of like Tamagotchi. And I still have to this day, my Digimon Tamagotchi. I see them actually when I go to buy clothes for my daughter. They sell them again. They're still a thing. Digimon Tamagotchis. I loved it. I love those days, and this game really reminded me of that. And it's really funny because a lot of indie games reach out, and I never really have anything bad to say. It's almost as if certain indie game developers know to reach out to me, and they're like, "This is going to be this guy's aesthetic," but this game is definitely my aesthetic. I mean, I've been testing this game out for a week now. This is the longest I've actually played and tested a game. And I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. I've always loved these kind of mechanics. And yeah, I have to say, really good job. I love the campaign. I love the dual tower. And I obviously love the creatures. For anyone that wants to download this game to their mobile device, there are no ads currently on it, which is amazing. I love that. And how the developer is raising funding is through his marketplace, where he's selling like a set amount of eggs and kind of like starter packs. They're like starter pack stuff. So you pay real money, you get like a starter pack of in-game items and stuff like that, which I think is so much better than placing really annoying ads at every corner. But yeah, really great job. Really like the game. Anyone that loves the aesthetic of like 2D creature catching games, you should definitely try it out. And don't forget to follow me.